Chumble sat on the very top of the hill. He had been raked and rolled, twisted and packed tight as tight, until he was one big round golden ball of hay. Chumble wasn't the only hay bale on the hill. There were 32 other big round golden balls of hay. Chumble liked being on the very top of the hill. He could see all of the other hay bales below him shining in the sun. One day, when Chumble had been sitting on the top of the hill for about a week, a huge tractor came into the field and began to pick up the hay bales one by one and take them away. "I wonder where we're going," thought Chumble, who was excited about the idea of an adventure. The big tractor worked all day long, starting from the bottom of the hill and carting away the hay bales one by one. By the time the tractor took away hay bale number 32, the sun was starting to set behind the hill. "Soon," Chumble thought, "it will be my turn to ride on the tractor, and I'll find out where we are going." The tractor didn't come back for Chumble that evening, after the sun had set behind the hill. It didn't come back the next day either, or the day after that. Chumble began to feel very sad and lonely. "Maybe they only wanted 32 hay bales," thought Chumble. "Maybe I was just one too many."
"Excuse me,"
said a high-pitched little voice just below where Chumble was sitting. "Huh?" replied Chumble, who had never been spoken to before.
"Not her. Hello,"
replied the little voice. "Oh, hello?" asked Chumble.
"Hello, my name is Teeny. I'm a mouse. You are a very lovely hay bale. Would you mind if I lived with you?"
Hello, Teeny. Of course you can live with me. I thought I was going to go on the tractor with all the other hay bales, but they seem to have left me behind," said Chumble sadly.
"Well, that's good,"
said Teeny.
"I'm here now."
And she began to dig a little hole in Chumble's belly and curled up and went to sleep. Chumble liked Teeny. She was warm and tickly, and suddenly he didn't feel quite so lonely anymore.
"Excuse me,"
whispered a voice from the top of Chumble's head. "Hello?" said Chumble.
"Hello, my name is Slipsy. I'm a spider. You are a lovely hay bale. Would you mind if I lived with you?" asked the delicate and hairy spider.
"I don't mind at all," said Chumble. "Make yourself at home." Slipsy weaved her web over the top of Chumble's head and settled down for a sleep. Chumble liked it. Slipsy's web was smooth and soft. The next morning, 2 willy wagtails called Wiggle and Jiggle came to live with Chumble. The day after that, a sleepy lizard named Clomp moved in. Teeny and Slipsy, Wiggle and Jiggle and Clomp all loved Chumble. He was warm and golden and friendly. He also had the best view of the whole hill. A year went by, and Chumble wasn't lonely at all. He had stopped thinking about the tractor and all the other hay bales because he was happy with his new friends. Then one morning the tractor came back and cut the long hay that had been growing on the hill. The morning after that, the tractor returned and rolled the cut hay into hay bales. Now there were 32 new hay bales on the hillside. By now, Teeny had 3 little mouse babies. Slipsy had 20 miniature spiders. Wiggle and Jiggle had 4 eggs they were sitting on, and Clomp had a baby lizard to look after. Chumble watched all the other hay bales being made and left waiting on the hillside for the tractor to come back and take them away. "Oh, I hope the tractor doesn't take me too," thought Chumble. "If it does, what will happen to my friends?" The next day the tractor came back and started taking away all the fresh hay bales. As the tractor came closer and closer to Chumble, he got more and more nervous. He was so nervous he started to shake. Teeny popped her head out from her hole and called out,
What's wrong, Chumble? You're shivering.
I'm worried that the tractor is going to take me away with all the other hay bales, and then what will happen to you? Said Chumble.
Don't worry, Chumble. I'll fix it,
Teeny cried. She gave a sharp little whistle, and out popped her 3 little mouse babies, Slipsy and her 20 babies, Wiggle and Jiggle, and Clomp and his baby lizard.
Right,
yelled Teeny at the top of her little lungs.
The tractor is coming for Chumble, so if we all want to stay here with him, we have to join together and stop the tractor from taking him.
How do we do that? asked Clomp.
Well,
said Teeny, and scrunched up her whiskers in a thoughtful way.
I think that what we should do is all climb up on top of Chumble and dance.
Dance? chorused the animals.
Yes,
said Teeny.
We must dance. It's all I can think of. Quick, we must hurry.
So they all crawled or scrambled or flew up to the top of Chumble's head and began to dance a dance of great importance. The dancing tickled Chumble's head quite a lot, but he tried to stay as still as he could in case one of them fell off. When the tractor came to the top of the hill, it started moving toward Chumble. Chumble was getting very scared, but just at the last moment, the tractor stopped right in front of Chumble, and a man got out. He stood in front of the hay bale and scratched his head. "How strange," said the man. "This hay bale has a crowd of animals dancing on top of it. I've never seen anything like it. It looks like they're having a party. Oh well, I'd best leave them to it. I'm not one to interrupt a good party. I'll come back next year." And he climbed back into his tractor and rumbled off down the hill. Chumble beamed. "Well done, everyone! You did it! We're staying!" "Yippee!" cried out all the creatures, and they danced on into the night, while Chumble giggled a lot from all the head tickling. And every year, in Chumble's field at hay baling time, there is a dance party on top of a hay bale at the top of the hill. The party always goes all night, and every year more and more little creatures come and join in the fun.